I got a feeling that you got me covered too. I got you covered. I got you covered.
Hi everyone, how is everyone doing today? We are doing it from the kitchen because we're going to paint pour today. We've got some ornaments and we're going to connect and we're going to paint pour today. So welcome in. If you're new, welcome. Paint pour is wonderfully relaxing and it is very easy to do. I swear you can't mess it up. Hi Seventh, how are you? Seventh's recipe for we've got some more cookie recipes coming out. His will come out on Saturday. Josh actually was able to do one, so his is coming out on Friday, I believe. So we've got some ones happening, right? So I thought that was a really good recipe, Seventh. So I'm looking forward to trying that one. So I hope everybody's doing well today. This is done the day 10. I'm like sitting there, where did the days go? It just went whoosh. I don't know where it all went to. Like, can we just please slow down? And I still haven't gotten Christina's calendar done, but that is something that as soon as I get off of this live tonight, I'm going to be doing nothing for the rest of the evening, but doing this now, or doing that. The entire thing. That's all I'm going to be doing is working on her calendar for the rest of the evening. So I'm in my paint pour clothes today, and we're going to paint pour some ornaments. So I figured that'll be something cool to do, something different to do. So I figured, well, we'll give it a whirl, right? It really does make, if you're looking for a great Christmas gift, it really does make for a great Christmas gift. And I am today just a little bit. I was able to do more today. So I think resting was a huge help. I think I needed to do that because I think I was really more tired than I thought I was. And so listening to my body and saying, okay, I need to rest. I'm glad I did. I'm glad I did because I actually feel like I was able to do a little bit more today because I took care of myself. And I think sometimes in the craziness of Christmas, we forget that we need to make sure we're listening to ourselves, we're listening to our body, and so forth. And I'm giving some time for some people to come in. I'm sharing it out so people know that we're live now. At 7 o'clock Eastern, my other's keeper will be on, so you can go over at 7 o'clock. I will put her link in the chat at the very end. And she will be on so that you guys can come go over there and support her. So I hope everybody will. She's a great channel and she's a good friend, and that's wonderful. So we'll do that. Hi, Janice. How are you? You were gifted a membership yesterday. Alfonso, I got your card, and I meant to bring it over here, and I laid it down someplace. Just as a side note, great card. Love the little thing in it. Thank you so much. I will be sending out your connection cake this week, my friend, I promise. But I thought it was a great idea for if you're looking, if you have a YouTube channel, he went ahead and put in his QR code. Hold on a second. I'm going to just share this out a little bit. Hopefully some other people will realize we're live. But anyway, I thought it was a great idea that, he put his QR code in so that people that are getting his Christmas card can do the QR code and be able to go right to his channel. So if you're sending out your Christmas cards this year, go ahead and think about going ahead, and all you would have to do, and I think Q Monkey is one I like using a little bit. Why is it telling me it's an invalid link? It shouldn't be. Hold on a second. Thank you. But I thought that was a great idea. So if you have a YouTube channel and you're sending out your QR codes, your Christmas cards, go ahead and just get a QR code, print it on some paper, and put it in your Christmas cards. And then that way, maybe family that doesn't know you have a YouTube channel, they can see. Maybe you can kind of put a little note that says, if you want to come and check out me. I have a YouTube channel and you can be a part of the updates and so forth. I thought it was a great idea. I'm not going to be sending out too many Christmas cards, but the ones that I do, I will be certainly printing a QR code out and putting it in there and say, check out our YouTube channel. You can see me and so forth. I think that's a great idea. So if you have a YouTube channel, kudos to Mr. Alfonso for doing that, because I thought that was a great idea. So we're going to paint pour. If you guys saw me paint pour before, you kind of get the gist of how we do this. So I'm going to show you. If you haven't, welcome. I'm telling you, you can't mess this up. You cannot mess this up. This is a cookie sheet from Dollar Tree. So get a cookie sheet. On the YouTubes, and this did not get washed off, but it's okay. The sparkles won't hurt a thing. If you are somebody that would save the paint, you'll see the paint going through the mat. You get a silicone mat, okay? And even if you don't, it makes for easy cleanup, even if you don't use it for paint pour jewelry. The thing is, this is a crafting silicone mat. Anything that you use for paint pour, you cannot reuse in the kitchen. So don't think you can use this to put paint pour on crafting, and then I can go put it in my oven. It doesn't work like that. So this is not food safe, and even if it was, I would not be using what I'm using for my paint pour supplies in my kitchen. So this then saves for crafting only, just as a side note, because people would do that. So, and these are really easy washed. I just didn't wash this one, but it will be fine. But you'll see why. And another thing too, if you do save it for paint or necklaces and so forth and jewelry, and we're going to have a live probably tomorrow night with some leftover things. If you guys are looking for last minute Christmas gifts, you just put it on the bottom of the cookie sheet like this, and then go to your Dollar Tree right? And you're going to get an oven rack, okay? Simple oven rack. And you're literally going to put it on top of the silicone mat. It does not need to fit. Neither does the silicone mat need to fit. Just do that. That simple. Your setup is done. You can't mess it up. I promise you. You'll love it. This is a great project for the kids. Great project for them. Okay. I got several when I was at the Dollar Tree the other day, and they have them. I got the snowflake, the Christmas tree, and you have to have the snowmans, right? We have to have the snowmans. So we got Mr. Snowman. Okay? So we're going to do 2 of each one. And I'm sure like Hobby Lobby has more designs. It did have a Santa Claus, but to me it just didn't look like it was. I didn't like it too much, so I thought, you know what, I'm not gonna get the Santa Claus. If you have a cookie recipe, we're still looking for cookie recipes, guys. Submit a cookie recipe. You do not have to have content on your channel to submit one. You don't even have to have a story behind it. But go ahead and submit it. And we will put it up in a short and do that. So you're going to lay your, I'll bring you down so you can see it. You're going to lay all of them on the cookie sheet just like this. Okay, with the rack and with the cookie sheet and the silicone mat. That's it. Now, eventually, and we have them, I think, in our wish list, we're going to get silicone cups because you could put the paint in the silicone cups and then just let the paint harden and then you just peel it off and it's done. But if you don't have that ability, you can use these little kitchen cups, everyday kitchen cups, and just use them. That's simple. Because you're going to want to mix the paint up. But it makes for easy cleanup. I will say that. You're going to need some kind of jars, okay? The snowflake and the snowman, we can probably do the same colors with. The Christmas tree, we're probably going to do different colors. So we're only going to probably need 2 of these. But if you wanted to do all 3 differently in different colors, then you would go ahead and do a dirty pour. That's what we're going to do in all of them. And then what we're going to do is just the back of these. We're just going to paint whatever color. Like if they're blue, we'll paint them a blue on the background. That's it. So you have to use 100% acrylic paint. You cannot use anything else. It has to be acrylic paint all the way. Now, what we are going to do is paint all of these white prior to doing them. Because if you don't paint them white, what will happen is the color, hi Sandy Wendy, the colors will not be as vibrant and you're going to see through them. So even though this looks like latex paint from the hardware store, it is actually 100% acrylic paint. So you have to make sure that you're reading, if y'all can see that, you're reading the what it says, and if it has even the slightest of any other ingredient but acrylic paint, you can't use it. It has to say acrylic paint. And when my daughter got married, we did flowers, which I'll do with you all one day next year. We did flowers, and these were the colors left over. So I've been slowly using them up with some paint pour projects, but you have to make sure, hi Mona, you have to make sure that you are doing and using 100% acrylic paint. If you're not, it is not going to work. I would paint these white. You could paint the Christmas tree a red or green if you want to, but I'm just going to paint it white. And I'm wearing clothes that if I get paint on, I really don't care because usually that's what I do. That's what we do. And so, okay, how did you get in there? I just have a disposable cup. I have disposable brushes. And I'm going to pour some white paint in here. And we're just going to take this. It does not have to be accurate, right? This just needs to be, it doesn't have to be fancy. You don't have to cover everything. You're just kind of preparing. And this paint will dry very quick. And if it doesn't dry, it's all the way, it's fine. You're just preparing the surface for the paint to go on. And if you don't, you can just paint pour directly over them. But what you're going to find out is that you're going to see the wood grain through it. So if you don't care if you see the wood grain through it, then leave it just natural. And if I don't get every inch of it, it's fine. But we're just, and I'm not even doing this. I don't want glumps. You want to kind of make sure you're not getting glumps, but I'm not like spending my time totally making sure that it's perfect. That is the one thing about paint pour, guys. If you're somebody that's a perfectionist, this is a great lesson on how to not be a perfectionist, because you have no control over what the paint pour is going to do. It's going to do its thing, and you pretty much have no control. And just whatever you do, and then just make sure you're not having, you can see the glumps of paint there. I just want to make sure that they're not kind of there, because that'll, and I'm going to turn it over on the other side and do the same thing. And we're just going to do that, and then we're just going to put it down. And whatever side is going down on this is the side that's going to be the back. And with the snowflake, it has a lot of little end things. I'm not going to worry about painting all of them. I'm going to worry about little lumps of paint. I'm just trying to get the surface that you're gonna see, but we're not gonna go in all these little crevices and try to get everyone. It's not happening. It's just a measure of preparing the wood for paint. All it is. But I'm not gonna go through and make sure every inch of it. If I get a part of it, that's great, but this is a great thing to do with the kids, because it's very simple. They can have fun with it. They can do the ornaments. If you're somebody that, I know we use the same ornaments every year, but there's people that, change their ornaments out every year. So if you're somebody that puts new ornaments up, you could get the grandkids together, or your own kids and nieces and nephews, and sit them all down. So you want to make sure, turn it over, make sure you don't have any big lumps running down. Sit them down, put all the supplies out, and let them have fun, and put your whole tree with these ornaments that are handmade. What a great thing to be able to do, right? Get the kids involved. This would be a gift if you have grandkids. They could do some ornaments for their mom and dad. Go to maybe the craft store would have more choices of wood ornaments, and have them pick out a couple wood ornaments that are special to them, and have them paint pour over them. Pick out the colors, and then do it, and let them give it to mom and dad for Christmas. I think that sometimes we've lost the art of, doing that. I used to do that with my nieces and nephews when I lived close, is every time that their mom would have, Mother's Day especially, I would go over and I'd find something creative for them to do that they could give to their mom. And it was handmade and it came from them, right? And I think that that's just a great way of, I think that's just awesome to be able to do something like that. And what a memory. You have a special time with them, and they can look and say, Grandma or Aunt Mary helped me make that, or whatever it is. And us mamas keep on to stuff like that. We hold on to them for years. I still have stuff Christina did when she was young. And handmade ornaments she made when she was young, they're still on my tree. They're still there. So we're painting the second Christmas tree. So if I was you and you were having little ones do this project, I would probably just go ahead and pre-paint so that step is done. And then that way you could have them get ready to do the fun part. Because this is just, it is what it is. You just have to do it. But if I was you, I would just go ahead and I would just go ahead and do this part ahead of time. Because it's just it's the not so fun part. But, and it all depends. If you want the wood grain to come through, then let it come through. If you want it to look rustic, then go ahead and go that route. I just think that the colors tend to pop when you put the white on. But again, that is individually up to you. I'm on the, oops, the snowman took a bath in the snow. And this time of year, maybe think about whatever you're using for your paint pour supplies. Like I'm using a container I'm going to throw away. I'm using a brush I'm going to throw away. And just think about the busyness of this year. And think, if you've had that enjoyment with your kids, or your nieces or nephew, grandkids, whatever, then think about how to easily clean up, right? How to foothills or paint pouring ornaments. Think about the ease of maybe not having to do a major cleanup. You already are busy. You've got other activities going on. And so maybe we want to be conscious of the environment. I understand that. But maybe think, hey, you know what? I'm going to do disposable brushes. I'm going to do disposable containers so that I can enjoy the time. Put some tablecloth, go to Dollar Tree, get a tablecloth that's plastic, and just throw it away when it's done, because you've got other things, other activities that you're trying to accomplish this time of year that, having to do a cleanup project may not be something that you want to have to do. And I would probably paint pour. I'm going to paint pour these, and I may paint pour the rest of them and give them as gifts. I mean, I think there was 6 in the pack, 6 or 8 from the Dollar Tree. I mean, I got, 24 ornaments for like $3 or $4. And I had all of the paint pour supplies here. So anything that I really wasn't out of cost a lot of anything. So I had all the paint, I had all the supplies to do everything with. So it makes for a handmade gift and very easy to do. And I usually try when we go to Indiana, and I just ran out of time this year, to do something like this. I'm probably going to go back and get maybe the snowflake or the snowman, because I love snowmen. I may try to go back and get some more snowmen and put them aside. And then next year, we'll go to his family, and I can bring some snowmen and hand them around as ornaments. And you can even, I realize you can even put the date somewhere on here so you know the date. You can just take a Sharpie once you're done and even just write the date on it. Another thing you can do too is on the back of the back of it, you could take your child's or niece's or nephew or grandchild's thumbprint, right? Take the thumbprint, put it in the paint, have them put it with a different opposite color right on the back. So their thumbprint would be on there. That would be a cute thing to do with it. So we have some extra paint now. And these are just plastic little craft bottles that I have. And they're great because I just wash them out and when I want to dirty pour. I do a lot of dirty pour. I do like doing that a lot. So let's do the snowmen and the snowflakes first. Kind of move these around. So since that, we're going to move the snowflake over here. I'll bring you down when I do this so you guys can see. Let that dry for a minute. Okay, I've got a paint supply. I may have a crochet problem and I may have a paint pour problem. I do enjoy it. Trying to see if that would be, Yeah. Okay, what's this? This is silver. This is pearl silver. Don't know if this got. We'll take it out and see what we have, right? This is green. Got a navy, so that I don't need that one for this one anyway. I may have a paint pour problem. I have run out of sticks to use to mix the paint, so I'm just going to use what I have. Go to Dollar Tree and get craft sticks. You can get them for $1. I just don't have them. So I've got some really good metallic paint. This is a turquoise color. This is like a light blue color. So we'll use both of those. Just the same metallic turquoise. It's the same. I'll use this up. Okay. So let's do kind of all these colors plus what I have over here. You just want a little bit of metallic, and we'll need white. The next thing you're going to need is Floetrol. This costs $10 at a local hardware store. This just extends the paint a little bit. Now, here's a side note. You don't have to use this. I like to use it. It's what I go to. You don't have to use it. You can use Elmer's glue as long as it's the clear, regular, dries clear Elmer's glue. You can use water. I just like using Floetrol because it just extends the paint. Sometimes if you use silicone oil, which I don't have, and I wouldn't use it on a small project like this, it helps to make more cells, as paint pour people call them. I don't have an exact measurement. I'd say anywhere between about a half a tablespoon to a tablespoon. You can always add, you can't subtract. So with that being said, whatever, if you're going to measure this out, do not use what you're going to measure with. Again, in your kitchen, keep it with your paint pour supplies. So we're just going to take some of the Floetrol. This does not have a smell to it. And we're just going to put in, it has a little smell, but nothing major. You see, it's white. You can't see it, but just enough to kind of cover the bottom. I don't have an exact measurement. The hardest color to work with is white. And that's the color we're going to start with, because if I have to transfer if I have to use this stick and it gets a little white in any of the other colors, I'm not worried. It's all blue and it will be fine. That one gets, yes. Oh, that's fine. I don't need it right now. All right, so we're going to add white to the Floetrol. And because we're going to need white for both of them, we're going to do a lot more white than I would normally, but I don't think we're going to need a lot of paint for this project. I also have water. I have a bottle of water I use just for paint pour. Like I said, I'm very careful because you don't want any of the crust, and we're going to stir it. Usually I have little paint sticks. I ran out. So we're going to have to just use a big one today, because I couldn't find the other ones that I had to use the other day. Somewhere around here. And you want it to be the consistency of maple syrup. I don't know if you can see that. It's just kind of that consistency. Okay. So we've got that color done for the most part. All right, we're going to see what we can do with this white or this silver. I don't know if it dried out enough. It's metallic. And the longest part of this process is honestly getting all the paint. If not, I've got more silver, but I thought if I can use this up, because I would like to. The lid was let off. I think I can get it to loosen up. The hardest part about this whole thing, and the longest part, is getting all the colors. That's the longest part. The pouring itself is like lickety split. It's like it's over within no time. But it's like this part is the longest I have anything. And I will use silver in the Christmas tree. Oh, good. We have, excuse me, I've got my other water that I'm drinking now on the floor, so I don't mix them up. So because I'm adding water to this to loosen up the paint, I'm not going to add any water into the silver. This is the longest part of the entire process. Sitting here with all the paint colors and mixing them up. It's the longest step of this whole thing. Like I said, if I get a little white in there, not worry about it right now. It will be fine. 2 more colors of that. A dab will do you on the bottom. Just do enough to, I don't even know if it would take that. Just do enough to cover the bottom. It depends how much you're doing. If you're not doing a big project, then you don't need a lot. You can always add more Floetrol if you think you need it. Definitely need water in this one. And I won't add any water into the actual paint board. This is another one. Clearing out my paint. Another one that can go any more we can, but it's another one that's all these paints are just going to mix together. But that's why I started with the white first, because I really wanted to make sure that the white, because I'm going to use that on the Christmas tree, I didn't want blue in it. So because I'm using the same stick, like I said, just go get craft sticks from Dollar Tree, and I forgot to pick some up. So if you're in here and you haven't said hello, welcome. I promise you, we won't bite. There's a great word out there called hello, and people within our community here, you don't have to crochet, will say the word right back, hello. Again, you want it to just pour really, be very easy in the paint pour part. Okay, how many colors do we have? 1, 2, we have 4 with, ooh. And probably you should have a napkin. I didn't grab one. It'll be fine. Acrylic paint washes off very easily. We're just going to drop a little bit. That's a little bit too much. In each one. And then I'm planning to go watch a Christmas movie after this. And I have got to work on Christina's calendar. But if you all said any prayers for me last night, thank you, because I was really hurting. I don't wish that kind of pain on anybody. Before you sit down, Mr. Blessed to Crochet, could you get me a napkin or 2 or 3? Thank you. See, I'm wearing a shirt I don't care about because I already got paint on it. He knows me. He knows me. This is one of my shirts I kind of just wear around the house. And I thought, I wear a shirt that if I get paint on it, I don't know yet. I just usually turn on the TV and put in Christmas, and I find one that sings to me. I don't quite know what I'm gonna watch. I like watching a lot of the Hallmark ones, even though I know that they're the same thing. The girl meets the guy, they fall in love, and then, or she's with the wrong guy, and then she falls in love, and it's the same thing. Thank you. Okay. One more. And Mr. Blessed to Crochet actually submitted a cookie recipe. And he has 3. I just uploaded 1, so I will be uploading the other, but I'm probably gonna get my jammies after this and watch a Christmas movie. I don't know what everybody else is doing, but that's what this girl is gonna do, because I'm listening to what my body's telling me. Like I said, the longest part of this whole process is sitting here with all the colors and putting them in and getting them to the consistency you need and all that. The fun part is what happens next, but I haven't gotten to that stage yet. I'm just going to put the water in. But you can see I got paint. I got some turquoise on the shirt. Oh well. That's why I wore what I did. All right. That one's mixed. That one's mixed. I'm going to mix this one, which is going to not be the same color because I should have done a lighter one first, but I didn't. Oh well, it is what it is. It's going to be fine. It's going to be just fine and dandy. Okay, that's done. Okay, we're going to put that there because I only need one of those containers. You're making pea soup. My daughter loves pea soup that my grandmother made. The thing is that we tried to make pea soup, but I guess that there was an ingredient like love or something that my grandmother put in her pea soup, and she wouldn't eat our pea soup. It wasn't made by Nana. Not that I care about the tablecloth, but I will clean up some of the paint so I don't find it on me. Now, I'm going to bring the camera down so you all can see all the colors and you can see what we're going to do next, okay? So I know my mods are in and they're going to do a great job and keep everybody safe. So, see, make sure people can see the container. Okay, so you all can see the container. So what you're going to do with all these colors is just pour the colors in here. I know it looks weird. I know it's like, oh, that'll never make anything pretty, but it will, I promise you. So we're just going to randomly take the colors, whatever colors you have that you've mixed. And mind you, we're doing 4 of them, so we're going to use more. And we're just going to pour. There's no happy stance to this. There's nothing. You're just going to sit and pour the colors in. I'm not even doing this in random or in order. I'm just doing it. However, I probably did more paint than what I need, but it's okay. It's fine. That one. And because if you're doing a project where you, and I still will leave a little bit of paint in case I need to make any kind of adjustments on anything, but usually I would keep a little bit of paint in everything, but I don't mean I'm going to need that much of extra paint. Just leave a little white for the Christmas tree. I'm not going to need too much of the extra paint, so I'm going to use a lot of it. But if you're doing a certain project and you think you may need a little bit extra paint to cover something up, keep some. I'm going to use some of that on the Christmas tree, so I'll stop using that color. Okay. Right. And we may or may not need these colors again. Right. Okay. This side, we're going to paint the blue. Okay. This side, we're going to paint the thing. If a little blue gets on the Christmas trees, it's mine. This is what it looks like. I know it's like, how can this ever turn out? If you paint poured with me before, you realize that it will, and it will be just fine. Okay. So I'm actually going to turn these just a little bit this way, just so I make sure. This is why we have the silicone mat underneath. If you're going to make paint pour jewelry, please make sure that that you are, if it's drying, if you're drying it to make any kind of jewelry, make sure that you're keeping this in the paint drying in a not a cold place. We did that recently and it cracked and it was no good and it couldn't be used for necklaces. So anyway, take the jar and just start pouring it. And we're just going to pour it right over each one of these. We're going to put a little bit on. And every one, I swear, is going to come out. Oops, we got it. We got a tilter. Every one is going to come out different. No one is going to be the same. You're going to think, I think the most challenging ones are actually going to be the snowflakes. And I want to make sure, and the white's on the bottom. So we want to make sure some of the white gets on. And I think I got to cover a little bit more over here. So I'm going to hold off for a second. because what you're going to do next is you're going to take it and start moving it. Okay, and then that way, and I may move it over to where and you're going to start moving it, because that's where you can start getting an image. Isn't that beautiful? That is beautiful. And I guarantee you, I'm not going to get the same image. You know, see, I'm going to put some over here because there's just this little tip that didn't get done. So we're going to put some. Everyone is different. There's no one the same. See, what I'm doing is trying to stretch out the paint so that it can make its cells happen. And the snowflakes are different. I'm going to put some here because it needed it right here. I'm going to turn it this way. Hey, Jake. How are you, hon? And the reason I kept the paint is exactly it. It's the reason I kind of kept some in the jar, because I knew I was going to have some that was going to need a little bit of need to fill. And that's why you kind of keep that too, because if you need to fill, and the back of it, I'm just going to pick the corresponding color once it dries. And each one of them is different. No one is the same, just like you are. You are different, and nobody is exactly the same. We're all different. We have different talents and uniquenesses. God made us all different and beautiful people. And I'm going to try to make sure that I can extend this. So I want this to, I'm going over the most challenging part of it is actually the snowflake, because you've got so many little nuances to get to. Okay, and I'm going to make sure I have enough, because I'm trying to not pour it like so much that I can't have enough to finish. That's why you kind of use the extra paint, because if you've got a little spot you didn't get, you can touch it up with the paint you have left over. And like every snowflake is different, and you all are different and unique and have different skill sets. And I'm trying to see where I kind of need to fill in. Right in here, right here. Let's see. And if when it dries I find out there's a piece that, and these snowflakes, I would probably just let them do their thing. There's not much stretching you're going to be able to do because of all the different shapes. There's not a flat surface like there was for the snowmen. And so I would just continue to paint pour over till you've got all of it, and it will drip off the excess. It will dry the excess off, believe me. And then the excess again is going down in here, and the silicone, it will just come right up. Little tip right here that we forgot. Let me take a look and see. I see a place here. So just take it around, and we got a place here. There we go. And we take it around. Just keep taking it around. We got a place over here. And just that. And if one little place, that's kind of why you did the white, because if you miss a little spot here and there, it's okay. That's why you did the white, because if you didn't get to a certain spot, the white's going to cover up that part of it. I missed the nose, end of the nose, I missed the end of the nose here. Kind of right here. And then it's going to take a couple days to dry, so put it where it can get some drying. Don't put it in a place where you're not going to necessarily get a good dry out of it. Don't put it in a garage. Depending on where you live, it's too cold for that a little bit. And see, I'm using some of that extra paint right now to kind of go through and just add a little bit of extra paint. It's not a metallic one. I'm looking for the metallics. Just go through and just use the extra paint that kind of goes best with it, that if you put it on, you're not going to kind of notice that you ran out of paint. There we go. Kind of like that. Got a little bit here. There we go. And again, I think it looks great. So this is a great idea for the kids. And if there is one that I forget, I'm gonna go with it. And when I go and paint the back of these with a coordinating color, I will go ahead and take care of that. Now, I'm sure you can see why we took the time to paint it white, because I guarantee you the colors would not be as vibrant as they are if we didn't. They're vibrant because we took the time to paint it white, or whatever color you want to paint it with. If white's not the color, pick another color that you're going to be coordinating it with. Oops. Oh, that's okay. We can make that work. Right now I'm going to just slide this a little bit, if there's any, just to kind of move it, because I got a little bit more paint on there than I really wanted to in that spot. I want to look like it flows. But I'm not going to touch the snowman. The snowman I'm really liking. Put it just, there we go. I love it. There's a little bit of white there. I'm loving it. Oops. I just want to see if I can add right here. Let's let that drip down for a second. Kind of right here. And the really good thing to kind of pay attention to is that stop when you think you're going to kind of, if you kind of overdoing, stop. I guarantee you, just stop. Because maybe just kind of break up that white just a little bit, There we go. I like that better. So can you see we did 4 different ornaments, okay? You have a blessed night too. Hi, Lydia. We did 4 different ornaments. All of them were different. This one looks different than this one, right? They're not the same. The snowmen look different. 2 identical ones done, but they're extremely different. I guarantee you, if you paint pour, if you had 6 of them laid out, they'd all be different. They're not going to be the same, which means that when you give this to somebody as a gift, somebody that's receiving this, right, they're going to just be receiving their own unique snowflake or their own unique snowman that you made. They're that unique. I could never paint pour the same ornament again and again. I'm only going to paint pour the same one. Now, I know Spanx with the lifeboat does paint, and I'm planning to send him a snowman, and I think it's going to be this one. It's just unique enough. I don't know. I'll have to let you all choose. That one's really cool. I really like this one a lot. And this one I think is what I'm going to send him. I know he does paint pour, or he does painting, and he's really done really well with it. And I think that I would like to, I think it's going to be this one that goes to him. Because I've got candy corn for somebody. All right. So I want to send him something, and I think it may very well be this. But I think we'd have to throw on a little orange, don't you think? Just a tad. We have to have a little orange. We have to. Let's just try this. And another thing, we're going to be doing a live sometime very shortly here. This will work. We're going to use, let's see, let me see what color it is. We're going to be doing a live very shortly. I don't like that one. And I'm going to ask all of you, Tommy came on the boat tonight or today. Pumpkin orange. I think I may like that better. I'm not too crazy about that one. Color orange. Anyway, I'm going to be doing a live very soon here. And I'm going to ask everybody to participate in it. Tommy's asking us. There's a man that was very influential in helping him become sober and clean, and also be able to be a part of do the lifeboat. And I'm going to ask everybody that can. I'm going to give everybody the address to send the letter to people on the boat. I know you are planning to send letters, you know, and I want to do my part in asking everybody that's part of this channel, even if they're not part of the lifeboat, you have been affected by a man by the name of Q. I don't know him, but I know Tommy, and because of Tommy, we're where we are right now, and you guys were affected by that, and here we go. More on the shirt. That's why I wear what I wear. And I would like everybody that can to just sit there and just send me Blessed to Crochet, and I will forward it on, or they can send it directly to Tommy and just show the ripples. That's the point of it. We're going to show the ripples. And I'm going to take the orange paint, right? We're going to give him an orange nose. I've just got my little thing that I use sometime when I want to kind of show a little bit of when I want to do like I forgot what it's called, but you kind of do like a little bit of is there something, and I forgot what they call it, and I can't remember it for nothing. Ooh, I like that. It just gives a little bit of the orange nose. Oh, I love it. I think that's so cool. There's something that they call it, and I can't remember what it is. And you can move it around, but that's exactly what we're going to do. There's just a little bit of orange. I think it's so cool. You have to give them a little orange nose, don't we? That looks really cool. I like that. Just a little bit of the orange nose. We're going to do it on this one too, because it just looks so cool. Just take a little bit. Don't need much. Just kind of get it in there. I don't want it totally, like overwhelming. I just want it enough that it looks like a orange nose. I think it's so cute with the orange nose. Oh, goodness. Gotta have the orange nose on this snowman. That is adorable. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. But anyway, I thought I'll send Captain Calhoun a little snowman. Okay. And the thing to do is to stop before you mess it up. Because see, I'm messing it up. The orange is going a little further than I want. but it'll be fine. It will be fine. We can fix it. Anything with paint. Like I told y'all, you can't mess it up, right? I told you all that. We're going to take our stick, and I'm just going to push that little bit of orange, kind of make it like it's coming in. You know, it's just kind of, there we go. That I like. It needed a little bit of something. It just needed, and you could even put these in Christmas cards, and they would not really add much weight to the card at all. So just fool around with it. I like that. I'm gonna leave because I know if I keep fooling around with it, I'm gonna mess it up. I'm gonna leave it just. Well, I know it's the perfectionist in me, and that's the problem. And I say, it doesn't need to be perfect, right? It doesn't need to be perfect. Just that little part, I want it to go a certain way. Like I said, you can't control the paint. The paint's gonna do what it's gonna do. What it's gonna do. I love it, and it'll probably change even after. So I love it. It's just enough to be a little orangey right there, and it looks really cool. I love it. Do you all love it? I love it. I think it looks really cool. I hope you're enjoying this. I find doing this so relaxing. I really do. So we're going to do a live. It's going to be asking you to do us the favor of participating if you want to. Many letters as we possibly can do, I'd like to do. And again, if you don't think you've been affected by the boat, you have. Because we wouldn't be on this channel if it wasn't for the boat. I would have thought, doing this? Yeah, right. I can't do this. All right, we're going to do Christmas trees next. So we got the green, got this metallic green. It's called Little Lime Green. We've got Holly Green. We've got some other green I can't pronounce. MALCHITI, but it's at the end, so I'm going to get rid of it. We've got wine. What's this one? Got Santa red. We have to have Santa red. White, right? We have white. We have gold or silver. I've always been more of a silver person. I think that's pretty good. Let's see what I have over here. Oh, in my other box, I have more greens than I do. What's this color? Let's see. Artichoke. I like that better than. I think I like that better than using this green, this lime green. What's this color? Dew green. Let's use the dew. That'll be a lighter color. What's this one? This is taupe. Let's use some taupe. And next year, I would love to have people on while I'm doing this. I think it would be fun. Where you could do different people that are crafting. Let's put the brown. Let's use the brown for kind of the bottom, kind of like we did for the nose. So we'll keep that aside. I'm just trying to look for a red. I think it would be really fun to have people on as we're crafting, or people that would like to do this with me, and I can help walk them through paint pour. What do you think of that, guys? I've got some ideas. Holiday red. We got to throw some holiday red in there, don't we? All right, that should be it. But this would be fun. We could all get this. I think that would be great. What we'll do next year is we'll go get Dollar Tree canvases, okay? Get whatever colors you want of acrylic paint, and anybody that would like to walk through this, you don't have to have the Floetrol, don't have to have it. You can just do your thing with whatever colors you have, right? And we can just do it. And then that way you can come on, I'll have you on. I'll show you if you want to learn how to do it. We could do it together, see how everybody's turns out. I think it'd be a bunch of fun. Just get a Dollar Tree, I can't think what it is now, Dollar Tree canvas, couple canvases. We can just have the paint, show you all how to do it, and do it the steps that need to be done, and we can see how everybody's turned out. I think that would be a lot of fun. So next year, if anybody's up for that, reach out to me. I will tell you what supplies to have. And then people that are not going to be on camera, they can still participate and tell them what supplies to have. Just have the canvas, have this or that, whatever, and they can do it right along with us. And we can do that right on air. And the people that want to learn how to do this can do it right along with me. How does everybody kind of feel about that? Now, I am taking the leftover paint that's in here, and I'm going to pour it in here because then I may be able to get some paint pour necklaces out of it. I can tell you exactly what supplies to have. You know, you don't even have to have, even though I would strongly suggest having it, you don't have to have a silicone mat, but you could have parchment paper underneath if you wanted to, because if you're not going to use it for paint pour or necklaces, it doesn't really matter. I would just, that's kind of up to you. All I'm doing is taking this, I'm not pouring it on the ornaments, don't worry. I'm just taking it in the leftover paint and I'm pouring it right in the middle of the necklaces, the paint that's already dripped down, because I don't want to waste it. I may be able to get something out of there, but if anybody, well, I tried not to get it on anything, but it's fine. It's all the same color. It will work. I kind of have to, there, we fick it, as my husband would say. So I'm just going to lift this up for a second. And I'm playing with fire right now. Now this is where I'm going to take this. Well, this. No, I'm going to take this. I lied. I'm going to take this because now you've got this big, huge blob. And I'm just going to take it and I'm going to actually, it's called a slide. You'll see it. And I wanted to show you this anyway. And this will just be used for paint pour jewelry, if it's any good left over. But I think that would be fun next year to do. You're going to see it change in just a minute. It's fun to watch it. You're going to see what, and then we're going to be adding reds and greens. So this should be interesting, right? You're going to see cells start popping up. You see all these bubbles? That's what happens. It'll change dramatically. It's a very different look. I'm just changing that because it's really, really orange. And that's just a silicone brush. And I've got another one floating around in there. I can pull out or wipe it off real quick. But you're going to start seeing it. And if I wanted to stretch that, which I probably am, because there's a lot of paint all kind of bunched up there. And then when we add the red and green, it's going to be really interesting. So anyway, this is going to start making its appearance. And it's going to, this is turning out really pretty. And you saw some of those paint pour necklaces. And as the paint is dropping through, it's going to even make it. These are called cells. That's what happens. That's why I love working with Floetrol, because it makes the cells come together. I love it. But if anybody's game for that next year, let me know. And I will certainly do that. We'll have people on, tell you what supplies to get. Come on, let's paint pour. And the interesting part about that is that it'll be interesting to see how everybody's project is different. What colors from whatever colors they choose to use, to how they decide to pour their paint. And it'll just be so interesting to see that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It'll be really cool to see how everybody will be unique and different. So if anybody's up for that, I think that would be really cool to do. And I want people to do that, sit there and go, well, I can't do that. Oh, I don't want to hear it. You can do it. You don't have to know how to paint for it. If I'm going to be doing something, because Gail from Southern Living, Gail of Southern Living is doing a collaboration, guys. And I'm going to do something. I can't promise you it's going to be any good, but I'm going to do it. And the reason I'm doing it is because the song itself really has a great message behind it. But I'm no singer. I can't sing my way out of a bucket. And I'll admit that I have no problem. But I'm going to do it. I'm going to put myself out there because I want to show people, listen, you don't have to, if you think you can't do it, you can. Just do it. And what's the worst thing that can happen, right? So it's interesting what's that. I mean, it changes right in front of you. It's really cool to kind of watch it. You can see, I lift it up, see all the different changes kind of happening. And the underneath part can be very different. I can see some absolute, it'll change even more as it goes on. And if we don't get any, it'll be fine. But if anybody's interested in that, I think that's a great idea. And like I said, you do not have any need to have Floetrol. I know Sandy Wandy may be interested in doing it. That'd be fun, right? I know she's wanted to paint for. I know she's talked about it. I don't know if she's done it yet. But I just think it'll be fun. Some of these colors I've got sitting around and I just want to use them up. They're at the end. I'm not putting them back in that stash. And I was thinking too about trying to do some more paint pour stuff on canvases at the next year and just putting them up in the merch store. And if anybody wants them, as long as I can get them in a something safe to mail them, then people can have them. Let's not get the red over by the snowman. I'm just using up the paint. I mean, I could probably get a little bit more out of it, but I'm not really wanting to put it back in there. There's some that are just their time has had it. They're ready to. So I figured if I can do what I'm going to do, anybody can do anything they put their mind to. So you don't know what hidden talents you have if you don't try. So we're gonna do it. I'm gonna do the song. I will release the song without me singing in it. But I thought I'm going to do the song with me singing because I want to show you guys you can do it. All right. So here we start. The little blue gets in it. I'm not worried. Just start taking. I'm going to do all the greens first. I may have darkened some greens along the way. Let's move them over here so we don't get the snowman, right? Oh, a little bit of water. Some of them need water. Some of them don't, and I don't remember which ones need them and which ones don't anymore. Oops. That one got a little watery, but it's fine. We'll make it work, right? That one I think I already did. with the water, so that one definitely doesn't need water. That's red. That's green. I can tell. I've been doing this so long, I can tell. I think that would be a fun activity. It would be connection, and it would be, oops, the connection happening. Now, see, I made a mistake. I added way too much water to this one. So I'm just going to add a little bit of paint. I added the wrong color. It doesn't matter. Whoops. Oh well, I added the wrong color. So add the right color back in. It's fine. All going to go in, but I added way too much water and needed a little brown now too, which is fine. Okay, that one's done. Is there another green that needs to be mixed? Nope, that's. Well, let me actually mix the taupe. Y'all didn't see that, but thankfully it didn't make it on the snowman. I know what I'm doing after this. Having a shower, and I'm probably going to have to throw this shirt in the laundry. I mean, I didn't mind it getting a little bit, but my goodness, Mary, I am making a mess tonight. That's why the towel's down. That's why the towel's down. Oops. Did I not? I forgot what color this was. Now that's that. I don't know what color it is. Nope. I don't know what I did. I swear you can't mess it up. I know there's Floetrol on here because I put it in. Oh, good night. Y'all having fun yet? Mary making a mess. Trying not to get the snowman covered in any paint. Not doing such a good job with that one. All right. I don't have metallic red, so we'll just have to deal with the metallic greens because I ran out of metallic red. So, all right. Again, take your move over there. Carefully, now that you've got the snowman done, right? Take your colors. Where's the white? Okay. And we're going to not put that on. Just take it and boop. No rhyme and no reason. They are not, they are what they are. I don't know if I totally mixed them correctly, but it's fine. It is fine, guys. It'll work itself out. I promise you. Oops. That one got really watery on me. But it'll fine. It will be fine. Just keep pressing it. Whoops. That's why the tablecloth's down. Now we're not going to need as much paint because we have just the two. But again, I'll keep some in case I feel I need it. Okay. A little bit more with this red, and I think then we're going to just start pouring. And maybe a little bit more white on the top. Let's do a little bit more white, guys. All right, wish me luck. That's what I'm going to say at this point, right? Wish me luck. All right, put those over there. Okay. All right, so we're just going to take this. I probably did too much paint than I really didn't need. Now I got it on my face. Right? I'm serious. This is a messy project, but it's fun. And you're going to take this. I can see it's already really wet, but that's fine. We're going to make it work. we're going to make it work. And it's going to be kind of interesting what this actually turns out to be. Ooh, I'm liking it. I am liking it. If you're new at this, I would put all the Christmas trees down and paint for them, and then I would put all the others and paint for them, but I thought it'd be interesting. I only wanted to do 2 of each one tonight, and I still may do paint for the others, but let's see if we can get a little bit more green going, because one doesn't have a lot of green to it. This one is a lot of red. So we're there's not a lot of metallic going on here. Let's see if we can get some darker green going. I'm just going to keep pouring until I kind of am happy with it at this point. I'm probably going to have to, ooh, kind of like that. We're just going to pour because I'm kind of later. Oh, there we go. That's what I wanted. I wanted the red, but I wanted some of this green to come through, and it wasn't coming through till the end. Ooh. Can't make a mistake. You can't goof it up. I swear it. I'm going to kind of put this right. Ooh, I'm just going to have fun for a second. I've got my stick. Ooh. Ooh, they're differently. They are so different. And I'm going to kind of, well, there's all this paint because it just didn't get enough of the green. There is kind of enough on here. We can fix that. It's going to be very interesting to see what this whole thing does with what's on the bottom. I tell you that. The way you're going to fix that is you're going to take that, because we dumped a lot. It's kind of interesting what's happening in the bottom. And you can stretch it because that's what it kind of needs right now. Got way too much paint on it. Now, look at the difference. Just by stretching it. You don't want to stretch it too much. But the difference is unbelievable. The difference makes a difference just by taking it, and we're going to stretch it because it just needs to. Okay, bring it back down. Just stretch it around. They look different. Each Christmas tree looks totally different. And I don't have. I mean, each one looks, totally different. I'm just going to move that so there's a little bit more red kind of coming through. This one looks different than this one. And if I wanted to take a little bit of this red and just kind of move that you see, I can kind of take that because there's a lot of that green, it looks great, but I just want to take it and just kind of put a little bit of red. You can kind of fool around, but when you have to understand the paint's going to do its thing. It's just going to do its thing, and you've got to let it do its thing. Don't try to overdo it. Like this didn't get a lot of the green, so I may want to just have it kind of run through. It's kind of interesting what's happening on the bottom of this. Just because I want a little bit of the metallic to kind of make its way through a little bit so that it's just kind of, it isn't. I don't know how to explain it, but I don't want to, if you just go ahead and do the stretch part out. It'll fix the problem. That one and this did not get, so I've got to quickly, that's why the Floetrol is there, because the Floetrol helps us to extend everything. And I'm going to pull what I can out of here because I just feel like it needs something right there. It's got a huge block of green, which is fine, but it just needed. I don't want that metallic green to go away, but it just was a lot. A lot. And we're going to take this and kind of run that down just to kind of blend it just a little bit. See, I like how it's coming together now. And I kind of take it, and this is kind of like it's a swipe is what I couldn't come up with the word earlier. And just we're going to take it and just needed some red to kind of break up a little bit of the, but I'm liking it. Now, kind of right up there, because this is metallic, just needs a little bit up there on the star. That is pretty. I don't think I want to, I think I need to, well, let's do a little bit of metallic just around the edge of the star. Just to kind of have the little edges of the star, and the metallic is in the green is all I had left. So we're going to take the brown now and do kind of what we did. Brown, get in there. But we're going to use the last, I think I have one more stick that's not, where is it? Just take a napkin. It's nice to have wipes around too, because you can wipe off your stuff. Did I put, no, I didn't put any in here. Or did I? Oh, I did. I put it in the wrong thing. Oh boy. Whoops. Oh. That's white. I don't want that. I want Floetrol. Well, let's see. There may not be any Floetrol in here. That's white paint. Get there. You're just going to need the smallest amount of Floetrol on this one. That's enough. Like I said, you don't have to have Floetrol. It's just what I like to use. Oh, Lord. Mess with Mary tonight. How do you like that one? Did we make it? And I'm making this kind of watery, and there's a reason why. Because I want this to kind of flow, but this is a metallic brown. So we're going to kind of put this here just so it kind of looks like the bottom of the tree. And we'll swipe it through. Like that. Like with the nose, it's going to do its own thing. So you just kind of want to do it. And you don't want your paint to ever be too thin. And I kind of made this section a little thin, but that's okay. We're going to make it work. And I wanted this kind of thin for a reason. There was a reason why I kind of wanted this to be thin, because I wanted it to kind of just totally, go on there and oops, come on. Be able to direct it back. I just wanted it to have a little bit of may have to put a little bit more brown in here. Is this brown? Yeah. a little bit too watery to work with. And I can't get enough of it to kind of stick. It's kind of not wanting to stick on me. There we go. A little bit more now coming through. There we go. Now we kind of got the base of the tree. Kind of a little bit of the brown coming through. And if you wanted to, if I've got it enough, I think that looks pretty good actually. If you wanted to, you could take the same kind of technique we've been doing. Just got some of the paint off. And use your silver you have left over, right? And we can kind of put a little bit of that around here just to, because the star kind of gets lost. And if you wanted to emphasize the star just a little bit, right, you could take that and let still some of the paint throw through, but you could have the star, which I really like that, kind of showing itself a little bit off. It just outlines the star a little bit, just like we did with the nose. So this is metallic silver. So now it's going to kind of emphasize the star a little bit. Looks really cool. And you could take a little bit of the green that's metallic that's left and just take just a little bit, kind of just outline it if you wanted to, which I think looks kind of cool. It just kind of takes that star, and we're going to do a little bit of outlining with the metallic to it. I think just a little bit more silver, just I'm kind of getting rid of the brown that's up there a little bit. But if you mix up the colors too much, you're just going to get brown. But we're going to do it. So you got a little bit of the metallic green coming through and just a little bit of the silver popping through. And I think it looks really cool. Then the star is outlined a little bit. It's not just blending in to the rest of it. All right, now you should see the color combination down here. I'll show you in a minute. It is very interesting. It is extremely interesting. So we're just going to, I don't like to waste paint. So we're going to see. This may or may not turn out well, but at this point, I promise I'm not going to get anything, or try not to get anything on the snowman. Because we're all done with the paint. But I don't like to waste paint if I can. And I know it's like, what is she doing? Well, I'll show you in a minute. It's going to be very interesting, and it may not be any good. I'm trying very carefully not to get it on the snowman or anything else. But it's going to be very interesting what it turns out to be. I can tell you that right now. But this way we don't have to waste it. And if we get nothing but, bunch of gobbledygook. It's okay. We really didn't. Looks like we used a lot of paint, but we really didn't. We really honestly didn't for everything. It looks like we used a ton of paint, but we didn't. I used a little bit more for the Christmas trees, really honestly, than I needed, but we had fun, and that's the point of it. And you can pick up acrylic paint at the craft store for really inexpensive. So I'm going to hold this up. Can you not see the color combination? Ooh, it's going to be interesting. I'm going to take this, and I'm literally just going to run this down. We're going to do another swipe. Actually, that actually turned out better than I thought. I'm going to go up with the swipe. That actually is not bad. I wasn't quite sure. We're going to take this side, and I guarantee you probably underneath of this will look better than the top. And again, you do not want to put this in a cold place or garage. Right now, the garage is too cold. Here anyway in Ohio. If you're in Florida, it's different. You want to put it someplace where you're going to actually get some kind of drying, because you're not going to get it out in the garage right now. Okay? And we're going to take this. We're going to go one. We're going to go the other. And actually, there are some cool things happening. I didn't think that was going to happen with that. There's some red. There's some green. And like I said, the underneath may dry very differently. And you could even take this if you wanted to bring some of that. Like if I wanted, and again, if I mess around with this too much, you're just going to get a gobbledygook. I mean, if I mix it enough, you'd be brown. The reason I'm kind of doing this part here is I want to try to bring some of this blue through, because I don't want it to look totally like Christmas, which is going to if I left it like this. So we're going to kind of take this, and I'm going to stop now, because I think the more I mess with it, we're just going to get. By doing that, I've kind of broken it up so it's not going to look totally like Christmas if I was going to use it for jewelry. But it'll be interesting. I'll show you all what it is. You can see some of the stuff coming through from the colors. And if it doesn't turn out anything else, then that's fine. I'm actually going to take that in. I'm holding down the mat on the places that are kind of high, which will help it. I'll put that up there for a second, so I'm not holding it. That's fine. I want to bring this over here a little bit more, because it's too thick. It's too high in some places. If you take your mat and do that, when you've got this much, there's a lot of paint here. Because now you kind of can let this. Okay. And we'll see when it dries what it looks like. There's some really cool things. I don't know if you can see right over in here. Really cool. And like I said, I probably, lifting this up, it will probably look better on some of it on the other side of it. But you can see, like you can see the little bubbles that start to pop up from it. I mean, and we didn't really use colors that were totally outlandish in the sense of it. This right here, I'm going to kind of try to see what I can do, because that's a big lob that I wouldn't be able to use for much of anything. It's one color concentrated. Like I said, I guarantee you some of the back side of this will look better than the front, which will be interesting once it dries, because all the blue, which is hidden, see, there's a lot of really pretty stuff going on here. I didn't want to touch that side. And I don't know. Nope, I'm going to leave it. We're going to leave it, and we're going to, the cool thing is you'll have to come back and see how it turns out. I'll have to show it to you when it's dry. But I just wanted you to see, right, this project. I get paint everywhere. I want you to see this and realize we did 2 Christmas trees. They turned out very different. There's just this right here. I know, but it's just like one solid. It's like one solid part, and I don't like it right there. It was like it needed to be broken up. We did 2 Christmas trees. We poured them at the same time. They look 2 very different Christmas trees. We did 2 snowmen. They're very different. The snowflakes, very different. If you did this for a gift for Christmas, I guarantee you, you can pour 20 of these and not one of them are going to look the same. They may look similar, but they're not going to look the same. They're going to look different. You have to just let them dry. If you're somebody that sits there and goes, man, I can't help it. I have to control everything. This is a good exercise. And like, I can't control the bottom of this. I have to just let it go. You know, if I was doing this for any other, if I was going to be doing this, honestly, I would have done all of the snowmen at once, all of the snowflakes at once, and then I would have done all the Christmas trees at once. And the reason I would have done that is I could have probably used the colors of the blue a little bit more in a paint pour necklace than I could the red, the green, and all the other colors, but I could have added things to the red and green to kind of not make it look so Christmassy. But this is an experiment, and I didn't want to do all of them. I wanted to show you them. I may still on my own go and do all of them. I may save them for next year. I don't know quite what I'm going to do with them yet. I've got, I think it was a pack of 8 or 6 or something like that. So this is really easy. But again, the point of this whole thing is you can do these gifts. And when somebody receives one of the snowmen, they're receiving one. There's not another one like it out there. You have made it. I could I could pour the same colors and I'd be still pouring a different one. This is very different than this. This is very different than this. Now, probably what I will do with one of these snowflakes is I will give it to Christina. I really kind of like this one a lot. I'll probably give her this one or that one, depending, and give her at least 1 or 2 of them. And be able to put the year on it, but then she can have it on her tree because this was the colors that we used for her wedding. So it'd be really pretty to kind of hand her one and have her be able to put it on her tree. So again, simple, easy, fun. Go get the acrylic paint from there's just that part right there. It was just like a glump of that color, and I didn't like it. Go get the paint pour from, or the acrylic paint from the craft store. Put your kids with this and have fun. You can't make a mistake, I guarantee you. And they look really cool. They're unique. They're different. And they're easy. Right? They're easy and they're pretty. Again, you're handing somebody something. See, I got paint all over the shirt. You're handing somebody something literally that you can say, I took the time to sit at the table and do. I took the time to paint pour this, and I did it because I cared. And it's, guys, it is so fun. It is so relaxing to do. It really is. I find it extremely relaxing to actually do. And I love it. I probably will, this will be something I will probably do. I've never really paint pour ornaments before, but I think after this time, it's probably something I'm going to do. I love crocheting, but this does the longest part of the whole process is trying to mix up the paint with the Floetrol and the water. Longest part. The paint pour part is easy. That's like lickety split. But this part, that part's the longest part of it. And once you get that done, you really have a gift. You could be, like I said, we could have lined up all the Santa or the snowmen. You've got 8 gifts right there for you. Put them on. We're going to be doing the bean recipe this week. Put them on the bean recipe we're going to be putting out. Put them on. Go get some Hershey Kisses and put them in one of the little treat bags and put a one on there. It's really cool and really unique and different. I think probably I have either this one or that one. I haven't decided. I really kind of like this one. I have a friend of mine that I am so blessed by her and her friendship to me, and I think I'm going to give her this one that she can put on her tree. And we have what I would do with the, I don't have it in this one. Where's it in this one? No, it's in my room. What I would do with the star once it's dried is I would go ahead and take a little bit of glitter. You can put it in Elmer's glue or you can just use glitter glue. I would just go ahead and put a little bit of the glitter glue on the star and maybe even just on the base of it a little bit. You could even just dust a little bit of the glitter glue on the snowflake if you wanted to. I would probably tell you to do that after they're done because it will show up the paint pour colors even more. You can use Mod Podge. We have some Bright Tone. That's my favorite thing to seal stuff with. What we seal our earrings with and everything is beautiful. If you can't do Bright Tone, get just regular. Don't get the Mod Podge we got the first time around. Just get regular high gloss Mod Podge and just seal them. Do that whether or not you stick glitter on them. I guarantee you, because you're going to want to protect them. It will bring out the paint pour and shine even more. So I'm probably going to put a date in the middle of one of these snowflakes and give it to Christina for Christmas. The other, I'm going to give one of the Christmas trees to a friend of mine that means a lot. I think I may send a snowman to another person. So, I've got more I'm probably going to do, but I didn't want to try to do 2 trays of this. I thought if we focus just on doing this, you guys will get the concept of how to do it. But I'm probably going to paint pour the rest of them. So I may the colors I said I was going to get rid of. I may have to keep them just so I have a little bit more to paint pour with. It's okay. Oh, I could show you this. Maybe I will show you. Let's do that. I'm gonna show you this real quick. Well, I've got it out. I'm gonna show you this trick. And I think I can move things around enough. Hold on a second. Hold on. Who defend? All right. Oops. How many Christmas trees do we have? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 left. So I think that there was 8 that came in a pack. That sounds right. All right. I can't get my white. I'm going to use my white, which is over there, but I'm not going to get it down. So let me just show you another trick. Ooh, that's way too much white. It's fine. Another trick I'm going to show you before I get off here real quick, because this is something you can do too. And this is another trick to use. I'm just going to put it there. Put it on the side of the thing. Okay. While I have this out, I figured I'd show you. Painting another Christmas tree white. This is something else that you could do. And we've got all these colors in here, right? I actually have a perfect person for this one. Perfect idea. I got an idea. I got an idea, but I'm not going to tell you my idea. You know, just have to love my idea. All right. Just going to paint this white. Doo-doo. And then I'm going to get off here at 7 o'clock. My other's keeper will be on. I am probably not going to be there because I really need to just put on a Christmas movie and work on Christina's calendar. It is. I was in just so much pain, guys, yesterday. That past couple of days, I just really haven't been able to do anything, much of anything. Now we have devotion 10 for thing, and I was going to have Mama do that one if she's willing to do it. So we may try to put that together after I get done with this. The Advent for day 10. And tomorrow, I think I'm going to try. Tomorrow, I'm going to start going through all the emails and getting everybody's supplies out. We got Scott's album out to him today, and I'm going to be trying to really hard getting all the stuff out that everybody was promised for the monetization. So I'm going to bring you back down here because I want to show you something else. We painted one more Christmas tree. I'm going to go get some more of these ornaments, guys, for another tree. Okay? And you got all this here, right? You can take this and find some place to put it down, right? And we've done this before. And I'm going to hold it as best I can, right? And we're just going to literally put it down. And I'm going to show you what happens. Can you see what's happening? Okay. That makes for a really cool effect. It's a very different effect than what we did as a dirty pour. But that would make a beautiful Christmas tree too. And it's a very different effect than what we had before. And it's really kind of cool. Very different effect. And if you wanted to take this side, because this side has a little bit of red over here, and kind of find the places, it's a very different look than what we had before, what we had going on with the other, right? But I'm going to kind of take this, and we're going to kind of this side. Oops. Well, it just went back in again. So, ooh, ooh, ooh. I like it. I like it. Very different look. Very different look. I don't want it. I don't want it. I want it to go this direction. That is an extremely different look, if I can get it to show, right, than what we had before. But I like it. So you could do something like that. You could put a bunch of paint on the thing and just dip them. You're going to get messy. It doesn't matter. But it's an extremely different look by doing something like that versus the way we did before. So because I really like that, and I'm just going to take my hands, and like I said, I'm going to paint the back anyway, so it's not going to matter. I don't know. Oops. Well, we can fix it because it got a little white on it. Let's see what we can do. We fix it. Actually, I kind of really like some of that blue coming through it. All right. Very different look than the way that the paint pour came out. Extremely different look. I want you all to see that. So big glob of white paint right there. I want you to see the different look that this has versus the dirty pour. But it's really cool how it actually came out. And if I felt that it's like a little spot here that needs to get done, and just we can take it and move it. You could do that with it's a very, very different look, but it's really cool how this one came out versus these two. So fool around with it. You can't, like I said, you can't mess this up. You cannot mess it up. It's not going to happen. You're going to have a mess, but you're not going to mess it up. And I'm not even going to worry about Floetrol right now. I'm just going to put, oops, that's way too much paint. But oh well, it kind of came out as a, just wanted to put a little bit of brown. It'll flow right into there. There you go, Sandy Wendy. There's Mocha. She saw something outside. She's been sleeping this whole entire time. Okay, so there's the bottom. I'm just going to let that paint kind of go down. Same with the white, because there's a huge clump of it right here. Yes, Mocha, we hear you. We hear you, honey. It'll just flow right down in there. All right. And then if we wanted to, we could take a little bit. Do I have a little bit? Oh, I do have a little. Perfect. And just do the same thing we kind of did with the other. There she comes. Just outline this with, if we wanted to, just to make sure we got some of that silver for the star. And we would, I'm going to plan on putting a little bit of, definitely happening is going to be some glitter on the stars. Just going to kind of, there we go. I really like that one. That one turned out really well. Just take some of it down there. I really like that one. Take just, it helps to have the stars. So see, you can do something as simple as that. Just dip it into the paint. And I'm going to just kind of take that and shuffle it around a little bit. And you really have something that is really unique. I don't know if it's going to do anything. There's just, I'm just kind of throwing it in there. Throwing it into the ring, I guess I should say. So that's another way of doing it. You can do it the dirty pour, or you could just take your Christmas trees, put a bunch of paint down, or if you have leftover paint, dip, 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 and you're done. And now you've got beautiful, beautiful ornaments that are hand-done, handmade. Nobody else does, but it's different, that look versus this look. Totally different, but unique. So I just thought, well, I had the paint out, I'd show you how you could do that little step and make something else look totally different. And again, I think you could probably put these in Christmas cards and you would be fine. A very different look. It's got a little blue running through it. It's just really cool. It's really super cool how it came out. And I got the perfect person for it. I'm going to be sending it to. So anyway, I think it just came out really cool. So you've got two different looks. They're going to change as they dry. I just think they're really cool. So anyway, That's how you paint pour ornaments. You have fun. Don't worry about it having to be looking. It's going to come out how it's going to come out. It's going to do its thing. It's going to do. And I think this one is going to one friend. That's going to go to another friend. I'm going to be doing more of these. I've got more. I'm probably not going to get. I said I was going to get rid of all that pink. Some of the colors I want, like I've got some green, but I don't have any of it left. And I don't want to go out and get some more. So I probably will end up I may do another Christmas tree because the Christmas trees actually look really cool. Kind of doing some of them like that. So I may end up doing a Christmas tree before I head off here while the paint's still doing its thing. I can do a couple more Christmas trees like that. At least one or two. At least one more like that. And if I... So anyway, I don't want to get the snowman. I'm trying not to touch the snowman. I think I'm going to do one more after I get off here, the Christmas tree. And, but I'll probably end up doing some more. But that's just another way of doing it. So I hope you enjoyed it. I had fun doing it. I'm all a mess. I guarantee you. It's a messy, you should see it, all a mess, but it was so much fun. It's so relaxing that I didn't hurt the entire time. I hurt, but I didn't think about the fact that I hurt. Which is a wonderful side effect, I'll tell you. So anyway, we're going to do a special live. Captain or Admiral Tommy is asking us to do something, and I'm going to ask everybody within my community to do it. If you're not a part of the lifeboat, become a part of the lifeboat, the great part of community over there. And you don't think, well, it's not a sobriety channel. I don't need it. Well, yes. We all are in the same boat. We're all dealing with something. We may not have difficulty with drugs or alcohol, but we may know somebody that does. And it helps to understand addiction and so forth and be in a good mindset. So I'm going to ask my community to come together because even though maybe that channel has not affected you in any powerful way, we're here because of the lifeboat. So you were indirectly affected, and I have a story to tell, and I want to do my part to, thanks, Sandy. I want to do my part to be able to kind of do what Tommy's asking us to do. I feel like it would be remiss not to do it. So anyway, I will talk, if I'm dropping things, I will talk to everybody later. If Kim will be on at 7 o'clock, so you guys go check her out. We have been, today was day 10 of connection. I hope you will join me tomorrow for day 11. I don't know where the time's going. You may not see me much around the YouTube streets for the rest of the night. I'm going to be hunkering down and finishing this calendar. Trying to get it done and maybe here by Christmas. It's the last Christmas gift I have to get and do. So I'm going to be hunkering down to do that. And I need to concentrate or it won't happen because I've let everything else kind of be sidetracked a little bit. Tomorrow will be Christmas Connection Day 11. So I hope you'll come and join us. If you're not, for those that are members of this channel, let's just take a moment and say thank you. It is never expected. It is just appreciated when it does happen. You do allow things like tonight possible with your memberships, and we do appreciate all our channel members. We appreciate everybody on this channel.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
So again, if you're not able to become a channel member, we totally understand. We have two levels, 99 cents just as a way of supporting the channel, and $2.99, you just get the videos early. But if you're not able to, we totally understand. We're just thankful you're here. We're thankful you show up. We appreciate you. We appreciate every solitary individual. If you are a member, we do have 2 members-only videos. We only do that around Christmas time as a way of saying thank you to everybody that supports the channel throughout the year. But we really try to keep things open to everybody. So we really hope that you'll come on back and participate in connection. And it's really, really, really important. If you got a great cookie recipe, go ahead and send in that cookie recipe. We are looking for more cookie recipes. Sandy Winnie did a wonderful bread recipe. So if you got a recipe, go ahead and do that. We've got some coming out from My Other's Keeper. Josh has got 3, 2 from his mother, and 1 he said really was special that I did. I guess it was a hint that I needed to make it again because I haven't made them in a while. And I put up one from Scott because my grandmother used to do a certain thing for him, especially around Christmas time. So we did one of those, and we've got 2 Christmas songs that I'm going to be releasing from Scott sometime this month. One on Christmas especially. So yeah, Sandy, if you missed, and if I didn't put any comments, you'll totally understand why. Tommy is trying to ask us to write those letters for Q. So I've got the information. I will try to do that today or tomorrow, but I really feel like whether or not you're a part of it, like whether or not you've been affected because of the channel, we're here and we're doing this, and we're talking about connection. So if you can do so and be a part of that, and I will link the live to that, then it would mean a lot to me. And it would mean a lot to Tommy. And it would mean a lot to the individual. So we will certainly be talking about that and having those that can participate in making that happen. So again, thank you so much for your support. We had fun tonight, right? You have spice bars? All right, awesome. Send them to me. I will take spice bars. I'm good, actually. I will talk to everybody later. Remember, stay connected. Go check out Kim. Stay connected. Remember, we got you covered. You've got us covered. Thank you so much. Remember to be proud of yourself because everyone else is taken. Bye, y'all. Paint and all, right? Have a good night. And I will talk to you all later. And Sandy, if you want to message me, I got the email address and everything. I can get that to you. But my crew is going to do some of those letters too for Q, and we'll talk about that. All right, have a good night, and I will talk to you all later. But I want to do a separate live. I will talk about it. Let's do that. Let's do that tomorrow sometime. I'll find a time, but I do want to do that live separately from our connection. So we'll talk about it, and you can go back. I will link the live to Tommy did earlier today. It says, I need your help, and I will put that link in there for people that want to know a little bit. And I don't send super chats out very often, but I did tonight just because I wanted to say thank you. Because again, without Q, we wouldn't be here. And that's the honest to God truth in the sense of this channel existing. So he certainly made a ripple effect through Tommy, and it is going out. That's the most important part. So have a good night. Check out Kim, and I'll talk to y'all later. Stay connected, everybody. Bye-bye.
So proud of